Welcome to another Fresh Off the Stalls. I know it's a bit few and far between these days, but meh, reasons, who cares? Anyway, you can see I'm excited. Why am I excited? Well, for those of you who are a bit more versed with the London theatre scene, will notice that I'm standing in the National Theatre. I'm here, I'm at the National Theatre, isn't that great? I'm a blogger, officially at press night for the National Theatre. I'm surprised I didn't burn up an entry. It is fantastic, and I'm really excited to be here as well to sort of review one of my favourite shows, the Threepenny Opera. First of all and foremost, a massive shout out to theatre bloggers. It's the collective I belong to. They've organised and liaised with the National Theatre in order to allow myself and several other bloggers official press access to the National Theatre, and it's fantastic. I'm not only eternally grateful to both the National and theatre bloggers for getting me here, I'm also really proud to be part of that initiative. And here I am, I'm here, hooray, hooray. Now then, I'd heard from some people quite a lot of grumblings that this wasn't very good. And I thought, like, geez, it's going to be really awkward turning up to my first show at the National, and it's terrible. Thankfully, thank goodness, their grumblings have been completely proved wrong. I loved this. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I just realised I haven't even looked at where the cast page is, or so I can actually try and speak about some things. I'm just so excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm jumping around, can't do too much. I've got there. Anyway, let's get to it. What did I love about this? Actually, no, stop there. I'll start with my usual thing when reviewing Brecht. Like, how does one review Brecht? It's bloody difficult. I'd say read my review of The Caucasian Chalk Circle by Lazarus Theatre from a few months ago. The problem with reviewing Brecht is that because it's so stylised, and because Brecht is still really sort of very much the anti-theatre of its time, you can do a lot of things that a lot of shows, in more naturalistic shows, would just be bad theatre, but get away with it because it's stylisation. What I always think with a Brecht production is that you do all this crazy stuff, but it will always work as long as you don't push it so much that you start to alienate the audience. So that's really the meter I come into reviewing a Brechtian show. National Theatre does it wonderfully. Actually, I'll start off with my only criticism, really, of this play. It's not Brechtian enough. It's not actually as out there as I thought or as it could have been. It's still very textbook Brecht. For those who know Brecht and have studied it like I did at A-level. Oh, A-level, that makes me an expert. Yes. No. All the sort of general tick box things are there, so it's still a very Brechtian production. But it's just not as out there and not as creative as, let's say, Lazarus Theatre's production of Caucasian Chalk Circle. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about this. First of all, aesthetically, love it. Kind of all these sort of odd flats, very much a sort of 1920s circus Weimar aesthetic. Everything's really inventive, creative, the way they've worked with spaces between flats and everything. It's a bit of Rothko thrown in, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I do know. Yeah, sort of. Also, definitely a bit of MC Escher. Love that. It just looks great, and some of the stagecraft is fantastic. They've used the stage to really incorporate some of that crazy, dirty lunacy that this production incorporates. I mean, some of my favourite bits were dancing body bags falling down from above the audience and just going nuts. And that all feeds into this sort of very intense version of a Threepenny Opera. What I love about Threepenny Opera and about Brecht and Weill's collaboration is that they really do tend to bring the best out of each other. And what I love about Threepenny Opera in itself, it very much sums up Brecht fantastic. So this is a new translation done by Simon Stevens. What I must say is that this version has updated it a little, made it feel a bit more modern, but not at all taken away from the biting, really angry, cutthroat satire about society that Brecht has got in there. And it's also incredibly knowing, it's also incredibly ironic, and it is also so just wonderfully even glorious. There are plenty of swear words, so Daily Mail reader, stay away, stay away. But it kind of adds to the bizarre humour, but it's also great. the intensity, especially in the first act, starts really racking up. So you sit there thinking, like, this has actually started getting, as much as it's kind of like, oh, quirky, weird, sort of like off the wall, it's starting like, actually, this is starting to get quite twisted and really dark. And that's exactly what you want to start bringing out from this, in my opinion, is that this is a dark thing. This is a morality tale without a moral, or a morality tale without morals, I should probably say. Anyway, absolutely fantastic. The music was great as well. Really nice arrangements. Really came through. Anyway, talking. Actually, no. Before I start on the cast, which is my final thing, I think just another thing about the direction. It loses that intensity and that sort of energy a bit in the second half, which is a bit of a shame. I've seen some productions where they've managed to keep that sort of that craziness going. It does slip a bit, but it goes for a bit more of a darkness, which is interesting to bring out. But that's really the only thing I can really. These are the really only things I can criticise about it. It's so much fun, and the thing is, there's just so much I could talk about. I'm thinking, like, how the hell am I going to keep my review at a readable length that isn't TLDR? Because there's a myriad things you can talk about here. This production is so meticulous and so comprehensive, and just it all comes together to be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, let me see if I can find the press list. It's in here somewhere. Maybe I should sing. I can't find it. I'm so professional. Please have me back to the National Theatre. Anyway, that's the only thing about doing these videos as well. They're unplanned, they're unedited, so I'm really terrible when it comes to the company. Okay, so first of all, I can talk about Rory Kinnear, because it's Rory Kinnear. Everyone knows Rory Kinnear. He's great as Mack. He just is. And that sounds like such a shallow and really lazy criticism. Right now, I really can't think of anything else to say about it. I'm just trying to look through. Okay, yeah, Rosalie Craig. How could I forget her name? I didn't. She is amazing as Polly, like, just absolutely fantastic. A brilliant voice, a brilliant sense of wit and tenacity that she brings to the character is absolutely just fantastic. She really steals the show at some point as well, especially with her voice. It's just wonderful to listen to. I'm going to stop there because I've been whittering on for 8 minutes, excited. I'm not drunk this time. But the detritus behind me, that's not me. That's other people, if you can see it. Probably can, it's wide ankle. So yeah, this is a great show. But if you're not really versed with Brecht, I can understand why you wouldn't like it, because it's a bit awkward, it's a bit intense, it's a bit insane, and it's not like any other sort of theatre form or style. So I can understand why people don't like Brecht, because it's a bit difficult to get to. But if you do like Brecht, this is a really sound production, a really fun production, a really twisted production, it's just great. Anyway, there's a security man motioning at me that I need to leave because everyone else has gone. So this is as good a time to end as any. So thank you very much again, National Theatre and Theatre Bloggers, for allowing me to come here. And this is a brilliant show. All I can say is Mackie is definitely back.